everyone, Morgan here. This is my last video of the 30 days of preparedness collaboration with a bunch of the other YouTubers. I just think that this whole collaboration has been amazing. So much great information. So if you haven't yet looked, go look at the playlist of this 30 days of preparedness collaboration. Go check out all those videos and go subscribe to everybody that was a part of this. Links down below in the description. Okay, so today, I want to talk about hunting and fishing basics. So a couple of things about hunting and fishing. First of all, you guys should really know your local area. What is in your area? And can you fish? Can you hunt? What can you fish? What can you hunt? How far do you have to go to hunt? How far do you have to go to fish? Okay, and then, like if you can fish and hunt on your own property, that's fantastic. But if it's like, 20 miles away to the nearest fishing spot, that may not be such a viable option all the time. Maybe sometimes, maybe you can make like a special trip there occasionally. But if we're talking about like a super, SHTF apocalyptic situation, it may not be viable at all to go to that fishing spot. Now, I do have some fishing supplies with me because we do have a few spots that are fairly close by, surprisingly, I know, that we can fish at. And so, I do have some fishing supplies still, but I don't have nearly as much fishing supplies as I do hunting supplies. We have far more things to hunt here, such as small and big game. You really want to know what you can actually procure in your area. Okay, so in my area specifically, we have deer, hogs, rabbits. We have lots of snakes. Snakes are edible if you can catch them. I actually haven't seen too many snakes. Our dogs keep them away. We do have kangaroo rats, which I have heard are technically edible. I haven't quite tried rat yet, but maybe one day. Not only do you have to understand what's around your area, but how to hunt those specific creatures. How do you hunt deer? How do you hunt hogs? How do you hunt those smaller games such as the rabbits and rats? How do you catch and hunt those animals? Because they all will need something a little bit different. The main thing that you want to keep in mind with most animals is that, especially if you're going to be baiting or anything like that, like if you're going to do live traps or trapping at all, you want to give them things that they can't find in nature. This is the same with like squirrels, things like that. You want to give them things that they can't find in nature. If you're trying to set up if you're trying to set up a squirrel trap and you're putting an acorn on there, why would they go to that acorn when there are thousands of acorns everywhere else? You know what I mean? So you want to give them things that they can't naturally find in nature, that they can't easily find, but that would attract them as well, right? So like if you're trying to trap a raccoon, you might give them cat food or something because they just love cat food. I mean, pretty much every animal in existence loves cat food. I don't know what it is about cat food, but every animal in existence loves cat food. Like for hogs, we know that they really love apples. So, like we'll put down some apples. Of course, corn for deer. Rabbits will like peanut butter and, carrots and other things that they wouldn't be able to find naturally in nature, right? So you want to focus on that kind of stuff that they can't find in nature. And also you want to know how to track them. Where are you going to even find these animals, okay? Putting up game cameras around your area or around your hunting areas that you're going to be hunting at is highly recommended, so that you can kind of see patterns and if animals are actually in these areas. You could also find game trails, you can find droppings, you can find tracks, but of course, animals are pretty, they're creatures of habit. But also they may kind of go all about, but they are sometimes creatures of habit. Like if they go a game trail, if you see a game trail, that's a really good sign that there's, animals have been up and down this game trail at least, several good dozen times, so that could be a good source for you, okay? So also water sources, water sources are always a great place to find all sorts of creatures. Once you identify the animals that are in your area and the type of fish that are in your area, I would then research the best ways to catch and to hunt and to fish those creatures, right? So after that, you'll want to start getting your supplies, okay? First of all, I would really suggest that you read books on your local area, like best ways to hunt, mule deer, best ways to fish for rainbow trout, right? So you want to make sure that you understand and do your proper research on how to hunt these things. When I was a novice hunter and fisher, I just kind of went out there and just did whatever. And then, nothing was really working. And so when I actually started to research and figure out, how to do this stuff and how to actually hunt these creatures and fish for these, fish, it really opened up, my eyes to how to do this stuff. Okay. So once you actually learn the techniques and learn the animals and learn how to hunt them, the best ways to hunt them, and also keep in mind that everyone's going to have a different way of hunting them too. Some people are amazing, with just stalking animals, and some people are really good in blinds. Some people need a tree stand, some people are really good at trapping. There's all these different types of ways to hunt and trap and fish. So learn from those people that are doing it. There's lots of different gear in the market. These fishing and hunting kits by Boss, the Bug Out Survival Supplements, are really good. Eric from the Lord Humongous, Rule the Wasteland, he has a great fishing kit out. I did a review of that a while ago. Really great fishing kit. Highly recommend that. This has a whole bunch of stuff inside, right? But you really want to get to know what's inside and understand, what am I going to use these for? Okay. When am I going to use these items? Why would I use these items? Okay. Really get to know your gear, because if you're just getting this, buying it and throwing it in your bug out bag or throwing it in your gear and never opening it up and never figuring it out, you're first of all probably never going to use it, and second of all, you're probably never even going to understand why I would use this stuff. Like, this comes with slingshot ammo, but and a slingshot band, so it comes with a couple of items that I could use to with a slingshot, but then you would actually have to know how to hunt with a slingshot, right? So there's a lot of things that you will want to know how to utilize. Just because you get a kit with a bunch of good stuff in it, which this is good stuff, a lot of good stuff, you want to know actually how to use this stuff and when you would use it, why would you use it. So always get to know your gear well ahead of time. And lastly, do not wait until the end of the world to go out and fish and hunt, okay? Go out now and fish and hunt, okay? We are learning this area, and soon we will be doing some small game hunting for at least rabbit. There's plethora of rabbit around here. And I think that's a really good place for me to start. But, you could start with squirrel. You could start with bugs. I know a lot of people really cringe at the thought of eating bugs, but bugs are incredibly easy to catch. If you have worms, crickets, ants, these are all edible bugs. And, you could fry them up. You could roll them up in some dough, make it edible for you. But, just understand that those are options as well. People all over the world eat bugs, just as long as they're cooked properly and prepared properly, right? You just want to make sure that you're cooking out any potential parasites of those from those insects. And speaking of parasites, every time you do hunt and fish, you want to make sure that you're inspecting the organs of the animal, also how they look, if they look really mangy, or if you see any signs of rabies or any other disease. Just don't deal with the animal at all. Unfortunately, there's still going to be disease out there, and you want to make sure that you're paying extreme attention to that. Also with fishing, you want to make sure that you're fishing in a spot that that the water isn't being contaminated by chemicals. So just, keep an eye out for that, and understand, the sources that you're getting your animals from as well. So anyway, that's kind of the basics on hunting and fishing. Again, I encourage you to really start now. Don't wait until the end of the world to learn this stuff, because you may discover that there's going to be things that you may need. Like a 22 might be a really good option for hunting small game, but you need to acquire a few items for that, right? A bow and arrow, again, really good for hunting, but you will need some practice on that and the actual bow and arrow, right? You'll need the fishing supplies and need to understand, how to actually fish and how to actually hunt. So, learn this stuff now. So that's my basics on hunting and fishing. I will have videos coming up on that sort of stuff if you're interested in that. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. And please go check out all the videos on this 30 days of preparedness collaboration from all the amazing YouTubers that were part of this. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.